2:30 p.m. in council chambers in Stellarton. Police Commission meeting. Can I ask for an approval of the agenda? Well, I want to add one thing to the agenda, and maybe you might have to look into it for me. As the representative at the NSAPG conference, and we'll talk about that if you don't mind. We'll put that in as 6A, I guess. All right, can I have a motion to approve the agenda? Moved by Commissioner Peter Kay.
Second that.
Second by Commissioner Susan Campbell. You all heard the motion. All in favor? Contrary-minded? Motion carried. Minutes. Did everybody have a chance to read the minutes? You want to take a minute to take a glance through, or you're good? Everybody gets them on their computer, right? Okay. Is there any errors or omissions that you found? No errors or omissions, so can I have a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
I second.
Moved by Commissioner McGilvery, seconded by Commissioner Lloyd. You all heard the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary-minded? Motion carried. Is there any business arising? Susan, do you know of any business arising? Anybody have any questions or from the last meeting that was presented? You want to ask the chief? All right, we'll move on. Monthly activity report. See, is there any questions in the chief on the monthly activity report?
I just wanted to comment thanking the chief and the officers for the parking. It seems like the last couple months it's picked up a little bit with the parking, issuing fines, but also warnings. So I just want to thank you for being on top of that.
We're not getting any complaints. Everybody seems to be happy, or nobody's calling us anyway. Yeah. So, is there no more questions? Can we have a motion to accept the monthly activity report?
So moved. I second.
Moved by Commissioner Campbell, second by Commissioner Lloyd. You all heard the motion. All in favor?
Aye. If you don't mind, Mr. Chair, I'd like to read the quote we received from the NSCC, from the principal there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dear Chief Hobeck, I'm writing to say thank you for the great service we received from two of your officers on Thursday, February 16th. They came to campus to aid us with a student who was suicidal. They handled the situation with great compassion to the student and sensitivity to the campus as a whole. I only caught their first names, Gabe and Brandon. Their professional manner was truly appreciated. So that's from the principal of NSCC, so thank you.
Can I have a motion? I'd like to see a letter sent from the commission to these two officers and have it placed in their files.
Just to clarify, it's Gabe Vandergrift and Braden Williams.
Yes.
Are the two officers.
Braden is an officer from Ontario?
No, Braden was he's our term officer.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so that would be the one maximum man. That's the same one, yeah. Yeah, can I have a motion then to send a letter, a recommendation thanking them from the police commission?
I motion.
Moved by Commissioner Lloyd. Do I have a seconder on it?
I'll second that.
Second by Commissioner Kay. You all heard the motion, all in favor? Thank you. It's good to have something like this on their files because, down the road it shows her. I know Gabe has been with us for a while. He's full-time now. And Gabe has pulled a few rabbits out of the hat over the years that he's been with us, We almost lost him a few times, but, because he was only part-time. Okay, we'll go on to the police budget then.
That's as presented. If there's any questions, we are at 75%. This is pay period, this is year-to-date, December 31st, 2022. Currently, the chief and I and the finance are looking at the operational budget, and we'll have something for the commission at the next meeting.
Good. And when we will have to establish that, I guess, later on, yeah. Okay, that's great. Has everybody had a chance to read the report or any questions on it?
I just have a question. legal and prosecution, I see where that is increased a lot. That had to do with, I think the last one there.
Yes, the legal costs have gone, I wouldn't say doubled, but, Mark, yes? Very close to doubled what we paid before, and I think, sadly, if, for example, you write a ticket for somebody, a motor vehicle ticket, and the fine is, let's say, $180, it's costing us $675 to prosecute it, plus tax. Yeah. So if there's 2 appearances that day in court, it's a $1,500 day in court, just to pay for prosecution costs. So that's what they've changed their rates to.
Okay, thank you.
This has been a contentious point over the years that, you know, we should be getting a bigger chunk of that. I mean, it's pretty good. You know, the courts are getting, we're doing all the work and they're getting all the profit. As a Police Chiefs Association, do they lobby the government or have they presented that to the government?
No.
Maybe it's something in the NSAPG could, maybe I could pass that along and see if they'll do
Maybe. I don't know that the chiefs could because,
politically.
the money wouldn't come to us directly. It would go to the town.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it would help the cost
help,
of the
yeah.
police, to help defer the cost, all right.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yes, thank you. On the salaries and wages, we're over by a little bit, looks like, about 5%, and quite a bit of difference compared to last year. I'm just wondering what the reason for the overage is.
I think the biggest for overages was filling the shifts. And we were looking at, and since with the last report come out, we're looking at that and we're looking at a way of maybe changing our service delivery so that we don't have to fill the shifts the way we're doing it now. It was volume of calls and the types of calls that we had. There was some illness around this year without, naming names, but there was some illness we had to replace for and some significant calls that we got involved in. But we're looking at ways of changing the service delivery so that we can try to keep those costs down going forward.
And the uniforms are quite a bit under. Did we pass something for our 31st for uniforms?
That's it.
I think with the uniforms, you guys are reusing some of the uniforms that,
No, not even that. It's, what's changed in the last couple of years is that every year when it's time to put in a new order for uniforms, I've asked to see what needs to be replaced and then have an explanation why it needs to be replaced rather than just everybody getting a whole new set of
Okay.
kit every year. So rather than issuing boots every year, $300 boots, if the person's boots are still in decent shape, they get another year out of it. We don't replace them. That's what's changed a little. We're trying to get a little bit more out of what we have rather than just replacing it every year.
okay, thank you. And there's no further questions? We'll move on. I don't know if we need
yeah.
acceptance, do we? Okay, can I have a motion to accept the budget report? So moved.
I'll second that.
Moved by Commissioner McGilvery, second by Commissioner Campbell. You've all heard the motion. All in favor? Contrary-minded? Motion carried. Moving on to the citizens' representative. You want to present there?
Sure. So an ad was placed with the resignation of Commissioner Nancy Terrace. An ad was placed in the paper and on social media as per the town's policy. And we received one application from Don Taylor. So you all have his information in your package. And if you would recommend to council to approve him to be your next representative on the police commission for the next 3 years.
Just a few questions, just so we've complied with the timeframes and the
Correct.
advertisement, everything is up
Correct.
and above board, okay?
Yes.
Well, personally, I think Donnie's a good choice. He was on with us before, he done an excellent job, very dedicated. Unfortunately, when he reapplied, because, we had to give other individuals a chance at it because he had been on, but I personally have no problem recommending Donnie Taylor. So if I could have a motion to recommend the council, please?
Yes.
I make a motion to recommend Don Taylor become a new member of the commission. I'll second that.
Motion to recommend Don Taylor for our commission by Commissioner Campbell, second by Commissioner Lloyd. You've all heard the motion. Ready for the question? Is there no questions? All in favor? Contrary-minded. Okay, so.
That will go on council's agenda
that will
on
go on
March 13th,
council's.
and he will be,
Then officially he'll be on. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, that's about it. Next meeting.
No, sorry I took that. I didn't realize the agenda item was the correspondence.
yeah,
I kinda-
that's fine. That's
Oh,
okay.
oh, yes, there
Yeah,
is.
no, and that was dealt
Yeah.
with under
Yeah,
that.
But you wanted the NSP conference?
Yeah, that's right, thank you. Usually, and I don't know if we're going to have it this year, but usually we have a representative from here goes to the NSAPG conference. And I think it's only fair that everybody get a chance at it. I haven't been there, but that's okay. I think Donnie Taylor was there, and Eddie Cormier went 1 year or two, I think. So is there anybody that would be interested if it's available? Sue? I knew that would be the answer. Danny?
When and where, do we know?
No, I don't know. I'll have to try to find out. It's 2 or 3 days, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
Do you
we
go
got
to
it.
that one? Oh, okay.
I wouldn't be able to do that, it'd be too much time.
Yeah, okay. Is there anybody else that would be interested in going on? Peter? Well, I'll check with Kevin, and if Kevin doesn't want to go, then we'll ask Donnie. No. I just got too much going on. As much as I'd like to go, if I say yes, guaranteed, there are going to be 15 things coming up in my way. But I'm going to get to it one of these years anyway. So what we'll do is there any way you can check into that, Susan, to see? I know I can check in, I'll probably mess it up. When and where, and then I think it would only be fair to ask Kevin first. And then if Kevin's, I know Donnie loves going to them, then if Kevin's not interested, and then of course, you'd have to get the information for Kevin, right? And then Donnie would probably go, representative. If not, well, okey doke, next meeting.
So can I?
Yeah,
maybe
go ahead.
mention something about that?
Yeah.
So we'd asked to maybe move the meeting till April 13th. It was due to a vacation of mine, the first week of April, going into Easter. As a result, Kevin mentioned that he had pushed his trip to that week of April 13th,
Yeah.
and he'll be in the UK for that week. So
Any suggested times?
March 30th?
Works for me. Anybody else have an issue with that?
I know it's fairly close to this one. It's only a few weeks, but it's...
So we have to do the budget then, don't we?
Yes.
Or at least, yeah, get it, you guys are going to do the budget, right?
Yes.
And you're going to present it to
Yes.
police, okay. March 30th. Peter? March 30th, okay for you? Okay, good. Patty? Sue? Okay, good. Well, Kevin says he's good for that time. Okay, so, the council will be clearing, so Donnie will be able to come. Okay, good. If there's no more business, anybody want? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Press one.
I've noticed a couple of things. The Bubble Tree business down 145 North Ford, when the customers are there, they're parking on the sidewalk. And I don't know if they have a parking in between the two buildings, but people are blocking the sidewalk all the time for pedestrians. So, and did you see the sign bent over at the Rotary? It's
That's a provincial sign.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure. It looks like somebody came in the opposite
I
direction
know,
and cleaned
yeah,
it.
That's the provincial sign.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Do you have another issue?
I can't remember.
Your street, speeders?
Oh, Lord. The sign, where we share it with Westville, is a possibility the next time it comes to Stellarton that it could be put on McGregor? There is a post with the thing on it, so because the other morning, they're coming through and the bus is coming and they're just ripping her. A police car went by yesterday and everyone drove right calm. And then there's a specific blue truck. He comes through like 80, 90. No, no, it's not him. I know where he lives. Believe me, he'd
Councillor
get the
Pence, he
word.
drives slow.
I kind of have an idea where this truck is going, but I don't want to go freak out or anything like that. But the speeding is just
Is it the same time every day?
in the morning when the bus, yeah.
So at what time is that?
The bus comes at 7:30, so between 7:15 and 7:30 when we're down there, they're just ripping through. And it continues till maybe 8, and then in the evening too, but in the morning it's.
Coming from Westville Road or coming
They're-
from,
Mainly from Westville, from down Auburn Street that way. They're coming up over that little hill and then just a ripping her.
so
I'd
Staple and
like to-
Auburn, they drive like crazy up there.
Oh, is that where it's coming from? Yeah, I thought that too, but wasn't quite sure.
No, but there's a lot of speeding on Auburn.
Oh, I know. And
I
that's-
think we already verified that.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be interesting to see because the speeding is all day. Like, but in the morning, that's the scariest part, is in the morning when the bus
Yes,
is
we can put it
coming.
there.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to, what I'd like to do is purchase one of those signs and start one per year, permanently, purchase one this year and put it on. Well, every entry into town, actually, I would like to start, and especially when they come off the highway and they come up through McGregor Avenue there, that, you know, I mean, you got to check yourself, but I'd like to see us put it in the budget, buy one this year, put one there, and then buy another one next year, put it Auburn, buy another one and put it between Westville and Stellarton and so forth and so on, so that every area, because I asked the mayor and the CAO in New Glasgow, we were at maybe it was an NSFM, but I asked them, if you see the one coming in from, if it's working, and they said, yes, it is working, it's very effective. Yeah, they said it's very effective. Yeah, so that's what I'd like to see. So when you're doing up your budget, maybe you could look at that and price it, price one in for this year and then like next year and so forth and so on. Yeah, it's free, yeah. I know it's rather expensive, but I mean, if we can slow the traffic down and, save somebody from getting hit, it's certainly our priority, right? All righty, thank you. Any more questions?
I have a question for the chief. Those signs, the bigger signs for the children playing for Auburn, you're looking into that? Thank you.
Well, hopefully if things go the way we hope they will go, maybe we'll have an officer to look after all that stuff. Anyway. All righty, is there any other questions? If not, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.